Good morning, friends. Myself Amit from Plutus IAS, and let us begin the Hindu analysis for 21st of August 2020. So I think you all are fine, and now let us begin with our first topic of the day, which is first we are just going to discuss first an editorial, right? And this editorial is all about the recent news of Madhya Pradesh Chief Minister Mr. Shivraj Singh Chauhan's announcement that the government job in the state of MP would only be given to the local domicile people, right? Those having local domicile would only be considered in the government job in Madhya Pradesh. And this rhetoric is of the sons of soil kind, right? And it has been there for decades in India. Many states have followed this principle. Like recently, we saw the Andhra Pradesh government, they gave the 75% reservation for in private sector job for the locals, right? Similarly, we in that sons of soil doctrine in Maharashtra, the flag of which is held by this Shiv Sena, okay, the Shiv Sena party. They are against those coming from outside, right? And it has been number of times it has been shown that the migrant laborers are eating up the jobs of locals, right? But this rhetoric had several flaws in itself. But the problem arises when the number of jobs which has been there are very less or limited itself, while the claim is that they have been eaten by the migrant laborers. And this has been done by various states. See, the priorities to push locals in employment has been done by states like Karnataka, Gujarat, Andhra, Haryana, Telangana in recent years, right? And they have tweaked with the eligibility criteria for the government or private sector employment in their particular states. And this has led to outcomes, okay, that's created artificial barriers to against this national integration concept. Artificial barriers have been created. And yes, there has been several laws like local language eligibility, which is to ease for this local administration. But the problem arises when this rhetoric is given kind of concept by the regional parties to win over the locals, okay, to win over the minds of locals. And now also the national parties have come into play for this local rhetoric, right? The sons of the soil doctrine, where on various claims there has been government orders and laws on this migrant sections, right? The migrant population fulfills a market demand created by gaps in skill and preferences, which has not been provided by the local in a state. And we have seen this recently that when migrant laborers moved out of the state due to this pandemic COVID-19, the states were asking them to stay. The Delhi, Karnataka, Maharashtra, they were asking the migrant laborers to stay so that their factories could not shut down, right? So they are fulfilling the gaps. They are providing the low cost labor required for globally competitive manufacturing in our industries to provide for the global supply chains that we are part of. So, saying that migrants are eating up the jobs of local is a kind of flawed phenomena, and many states have come up with this idea, even if it is not required. For example, a state of Gujarat, they were claiming there was a lot of hue and cry in the state for domicile quota of 85% in the private sector jobs. They say that they have good quality infrastructure, good in number of industries, and these jobs should be reserved for the locals. But the government data from a 2017 report shows that already in Gujarat, the 92% of the workforce in private sector is local. So there was no need, but only a political thing was created so as to win over the locals by the regional and national parties as well. So what this sentiment would not only hurt the principles of this national integration, but would also create a kind of crisis. A negative adverse environment would be created against the investment growth and employment because several times this has led to violence also. We have seen the problem for northeasterns in Bangalore a few years back. Then Mumbai has been the cause. With recent pandemic, this has aggravated to much extent. Okay, so we need not to lose on this proposition, and our unemployment crisis, which is at very high level, need to be first solved rather than creating such flawed distribution that migrants are eating up the jobs of locals, right? ऐसा कुछ है नहीं, बस वो स्किल गैप माइग्रेंट फुलफिल करते हैं जो लोकल नहीं कर पाते, और ज़रूरत है नेशनल लेवल पर अनएम्प्लॉयमेंट को एड्रेस करने की. लास्ट ईयर जो लेबर फोर्स पार्टिसिपेशन सर्वे था, उसका डाटा कहता है कि इंडिया में 6% लेवल ऑफ अनएम्प्लॉयमेंट है. एंड नाउ यू कैन इमेजिन व्हाट वुड बी द कंडीशन आफ्टर दिस पेंडेमिक. So the need is to create jobs rather than going on this rhetoric. Okay. The next topic here is less taxing. So it is about NRA, which has been created, and this NRA has given us quite positive features. Like it has provided us with a common entrance test, common screening level, okay, preliminary screening test for various central government agencies like IBPS. Okay, the three agencies which have been now included recently are RRB, which is Railway Recruitment Board, then this IBPS, which is about in banking. Okay, then the third one is SSC, right? The screening preliminary level test would be conducted in local districts, right? The best features are that they would be conducted in local districts and initially in 12 local languages. So this would reduce the hardship of candidates giving these exams, would reduce their cost of traveling to far off places to give such preliminary exam, would provide them with local infrastructure, local language, so would further improve their chances of better scoring. Also, the government, our finance minister Nirmala Sitharaman has given this proposal in the recent budget, okay, 2020 budget, where she mentioned that in the 117 aspirational districts, this infrastructure for online examination would be created under this National Recruitment Agency. So this is kind of remarkable step by the government of India to ease down the hardship of students, and also around 1.25 lakh jobs are given by annually given by these three agencies, for which around 2.5 crore candidates apply. So this would ease down the process, government could now try to make it more transparent, more reliable, more certain, because delay has been a major problem, right? And it should be enable the wider access, right? The wider access to the people. Okay, and such a model could raise the bar of efficiency and integrity of the government exams, right? Although there are some problems as well, and the problems are related. I explained you yesterday that the problems were related to the less number of government jobs, right? The problem of uncertainty of exam. Okay, so I think this would be solved to an extent by this NRA. Okay, the third problem is about more jobs in state government, which are not brought under the domain of this NRA. So state government are still out of ambit, and these state government still have lot of corruption, uncertainty, and other problems as well. So they are also need to be improved and regulated. So such kind of NRA could be replicated at the level of states as well. Okay, and there are several other problems like access, local language issue. Okay, so they can be improved with this kind of laudable effort by the central government, and this would improve the overall employment scenario in India, while the government has to reduce this informal employment. Okay, the contractual system of employment has to be reduced, because there are vacancies annually in various departments, but the recruitment process, the recruitment is not done annually or the periodical, right? We know that in various government sectors the staff is quite less. Okay, so I think the overall process need to be improved so that a better coherence result could be obtained. Okay, the next topic is नमत बसाई. So मैंने आपको ऑनलाइन एजुकेशन में अभी तक 3 या 4 एग्जाम्पल्स दे दिए हैं. in my previous The Hindu Analysis lectures, I have very well explained you the pros and cons of this online education, and how it began and became very significant in this COVID-19 pandemic. मैंने ये भी बताया है कि what were the reasons what were the percentage of students involved in what manner, and the difference between haves and have-nots, how the equality would be hampered if these gaps are not addressed. Okay, so all these pros and cons I have explained in very well manner. I have given you 3 examples. The one was Vidya Vardhi program of Andhra government, in which they are sending the mobile vans, right? Then second one is Punjab government distributing the smart phones, right? Smartphones to class 12th students. और तीसरा हो गया ये नमत बसाई. So it is a very good example of tribal education via online mode. So under this program, what has been done, that it was started by Kerala government, a unique program for teaching tribal children in their mother tongue. Okay, this program was started with lectures on YouTube, right? And this local language criteria has reduced the dropout rate significantly in these hamlets. Okay, this program has been started in the hamlets of Attapadi region, and here the 3 main tribal languages in use are this Irula, okay, this Irula, this Mudukwa and Kurumba. So these are the 3 local tribal languages in which this education is provided. This Namat Basai also is a Irula term which means our language, and it has been a success. Also this program is implemented by Samagra Shiksha Kerala, a kind of government agency there, okay, a kind of collaborative agency with stakeholders, and is providing more than hundreds of tribal children online education, so that in local language of instruction. Okay, they are recorded YouTube lectures. They have also distributed more than 50 laptops. They are recorded YouTube lectures provided to students in their local languages, and this has reduced the dropout rate. And this could go because people have shifted to mainstream, and if we want divert. And even the drug making company of India, they said that they have evaluate whether Indian companies interested should collaborate with these companies or not. Okay, so they also, the MEA said they are also going to provide information to Indian regulators over this vaccine, okay, this or any other vaccine, so that Indian regulators could go for check whether the further trials are needed for use in India or not. Okay, on the basis of this only our companies would go into manufacturing of COVID-19 vaccine. Also the collaboration, the MEA would help in the Indian companies to collaborate and manufacture. There would be a kind of support system for Indian companies to help them, so that they could manufacture the vaccine for Indian use or the use of world, right? As we are aiming to become the world pharmacy, so we are ready to participate in innovation, preparation, production and launch of the COVID-19 candidate vaccines, and we are ready to partner with them based on their merits, okay, which are to be evaluated by the agencies under MEA. Now about this Swachh Bharat Sarvekshan. So this conducted 5th time recently in the country. While those among 1 lakh are Indore, Surat, Navi Mumbai, Ambikapur, Mysuru, Vijayawada, Ahmedabad, New Delhi, Chandrapur and Khargone. These are the cities ranked as per this survey, right? Now coming to states. So according to Ministry, survey was conducted in 73 cities in 2016, but today it has been conducted in 4,242 cities, 62 cantonment, 97 Ganga towns, and these many residential and commercial areas were visited in 28 days, with 1.87 crore citizens giving their feedback. So you can see, the wider the base, wider the reliability of a survey. So here we have 1.87 crore feedbacks from our citizens. So this shows the reliability of our Swachh Bharat Sarvekshan. They have very well explained that this survey has a very deep impact on the health, livelihood, quality and life quality of life and behavior of people living in a city. And this has also eased our efforts to deal with the COVID-19 pandemic, as cleanliness leads to less of communicable diseases, right? Less infection spread. So this survey started in 2014. Actually, this survey started in 2016, but our Swachh Bharat program that was launched in 2014 by the Modi government, and under this program, India has achieved marvelous success. Many of our lakhs of our villages, hundreds of our cities have been declared this open defecation free. Okay. Also, when this was started, 18% was the waste treatment rate. 18%, but now in 2020 we have 66% waste processing. 66% waste processing. Also, this SBM, it was started in 73 cities in 2016, while now it has increased to 4,242 cities in 2020, and it was conducted earlier this year, okay, in 2020. And now the government is planning to start SBM 2.0. Okay, this SBM 1 is now about to end, and SBM 2.0 is to be started, and I think this would be started after this March 2021, right? And the targets here are to be the plus SBM plus targets, and they would be based on this open defecation free cities, 100% sludge management, zero dumping of waste, right? These are to be the measures which are to be targeted in SBM 2.0, and we hope that India could become an example of environment with development, okay, kind of mutually inclusive approach, so that we can show the world that we can develop with cleaner and better environment, okay, which is also good for health of our citizens, right? So now let us move towards the next topic, which is about Sri Lanka to draft new constitution. So recently what happened, the SLPP party, which is Sri Lanka Podujana Perumana party, okay, this came in majority in recent Sri Lanka, given clear mandate by the people of power, they will change this 19th amendment. And the thing, as it seems here, that it would gain more powers under his hand, and he can fight as many number of times as he wants, okay. So the jeopardy here is that the things that were reformed for the better are now going back. Okay, so now I think we should move forward, and Sri Lanka also claiming that they would change this 13th amendment. This 13th amendment was done in 1987, giving more autonomy to their provincial states. Okay, so this northern provincial states which have more number of Tamil, they got a significant autonomy under this amendment, and this was made after the India peace accord, India Sri Lanka peace accord made by our Prime Minister, the then Prime Minister Rajiv Gandhi. So they have also claimed that they will make changes to this 13th amendment as well. We hope that everything goes fine and our relations with Sri Lanka would be better, okay, would become better. Now coming to this slowdown to extend as virus goes rural. So what here it is, even the Prime Minister in this 15th August statement, he said that the rural economy could not be a great, okay, his statement was only this much, that at best the rural economy would be a mitigating factor. So you can say that उन्हें भी पता है कि जो वायरस है वो अब गाँव में फैल रहा है, okay. So till now various experts have been mentioning it as a green shoot, कि यही एक लौती hope है हमारी in this scenario of economic slowdown, when the economy of India is expected to contract by 20% in this April-June quarter, okay, and 5% in this financial year 2021, as claimed by various experts. And this would be the first time that our economy is going to contract in last 40 years after 1979. Coming to agriculture sector employs more than 50% of Indian people and provide for 15% of this GVA, this value added system, right? Or you can say it contributes to 15% of our economic output. And it has been shown as a green shoot because there has been good prospects of monsoon. We have seen that good monsoon this year, and also fertilizer demand was high, showing that high production of kharif crop could be witnessed. But the problem arises where we see that the rural demand is slumping. Okay, we see that the this corona new cases of corona are emerging in the hinterlands of India. Okay, we see that the demand for this lending, okay, has been slowed down in rural areas. This shows that even the rural areas would witness the slowdown, and this concept of green shoot, agriculture being the green shoot, may not be there for the longer time. ओके, गांव में भी अगर कोरोना पहुंच गया है तो वहाँ भी लोगों की डिमांड कम हो गई है, जिससे कि प्रॉब्लम्स क्रिएट होने वाली हैं. और गवर्नमेंट भी बहुत ज़्यादा नहीं स्टेप्स ले सकती है बिकॉज ऑफ गिवन देयर फिजिकल फ्रंट. We all know that the government is struggling on the fiscal front, and the 3.4% is was the fiscal target this year. But now, due to this COVID pandemic, it is expected that this fiscal deficit may go up to 8% in the worst condition. Okay, you can see, so the government also cannot do much in this case. So overall, the fiscal deficit is going to widen, and there has been a slump in this demand of fuel, electricity, steel, and consumer durables in the April-June, and our economy is in dire state. So till now, the agriculture is the green shoot, but combating this COVID-19 is very much important for the revival of economy. Okay. The next thing is about this NSFE. So this is the last topic for the day, friends, and it is very important. It is very, very important, because for the question you get in exam, so for the if there is some financial education question, this would give you an entire answer. So recently RBI released this National Strategy for Financial Education 2020-25 document. Okay, it was released by RBI, and it was second such document. First such document was released for 2030 to 2018, and this has been made after discussion and inputs from all the stakeholders involved. What are the stakeholders? The stakeholder here are this sector regulators, RBI, SEBI, IRDAI, PEFEDA, and the ministries of government, and also the other stakeholders like this DFI, IBA, NPCI, National Payment Corporation of India. Okay, with discussions with these stakeholders, input from these stakeholders under the aegis of technical group on financial inclusion and financial literacy under chairmanship of Deputy Governor of RBI, this report has been formed. The main objective of this report is to create a 5C structure, right? A 5C structure for gaining their objective of improving the financial literacy among the people of India. तो क्या है ये 5C? The first C is all about the curriculum. Okay, they said that the content of curriculum in schools and higher education, colleges and training establishments had to be made such that financial literacy becomes a very part of it. Okay, the second C is about development of capacity. Okay, development of capacity. So capacity building of those intermediaries providing the financial services would improve the access to such financial services and the information about such financial services for the people. Okay, the third C is about community-led development model. So in this community-led model, people are working for the people, right? Like the business correspondent system, you can think of that, or the SHG model, the self-help group model, where people collaborate among themselves and give loans among themselves. Okay, so this is a kind of community-led model where people would help each other with this financial literacy and services, and it could this could be leveraged to some positive effect for improving the financial literacy as well. The fourth C here is communication, and it is to make people aware with their financial rights, duties, responsibilities, so that they can take an informed decision. The fifth C is about this collaboration, and this collaboration is to be done among the 5 stakeholders. Okay, among the various stakeholders, like these stakeholders I have mentioned, and this collaboration is to be done among these stakeholders so that better services could be provided to the citizen, and there could be a better grievance redressal mechanism as well. Okay, the objective of this policy is to develop adequate knowledge, skills, attitude and behavior among the people regarding this financial sector, so that they could gain more and can plan better for their future. The main objective, the strategic objectives provided under it, is to inculcate the financial literacy in population, to improve their saving behavior, to help develop them disciplinary credit discipline, and also you provide the digital financial. You can write the points, okay, if you want. That first is this inculcating literacy, second is about saving behavior, third is about developing credit discipline, the fourth is about usage of digital services which are being provided in a safe and secure manner, the fifth is about bringing awareness about rights, duties and avenues available, and the sixth point is about grievance redressal system. So these are the objectives of this policy, and we hope that better financial literacy would improve our digital financial activities, so that India could gain under this digital sector in a safe and secure manner of transactions could be availed. Okay, so I think with this I should end my lecture, and thank you and have a nice day.